clients on Facebook? Well, let me tell you, it is 100% possible and you don't even need to pay for ads. I want to share with you guys today how you can attract your ideal client on Facebook without having to pay for ads. Really, this is the art of selling without selling on Facebook. I believe Facebook is so easy for you to find clients, especially in the beginning, if you are leveraging your personal Facebook account. And that is because you already have people that trust you and know you, so they'll be the easiest people for you to offer something to. But the one thing to remember here is people are not on Facebook waiting for you to sell things to them. No one is on Facebook for that. As well, Facebook isn't happy if you are trying to sell without running ads, because how else are they gonna make money? I'm gonna teach you all those techniques in today's video of how you can really put yourself in front of your ideal customer and move them off of Facebook and get some cash in your hands without doing all that hard stuff. If you like what you're hearing, click that like button and don't forget to subscribe, and I will jump right into it. For me to teach you guys this stuff in the best way possible, we're gonna move into my computer. So actually, the reason why I created this video today was because last night I ran a workshop here in Bali and it was so successful and the people loved the content that I was sharing that I figured I'm gonna go and turn that into a YouTube video. I couldn't really film while I was running the workshop because the lighting wasn't very good and I didn't have any good audio, so I thought I will just redo it and simplify the messaging a little bit and turn it into a YouTube video. So it was a very intimate workshop, just exactly the way that I like it, and everybody participated and I know they took a lot from it, so I want to share that stuff with you guys today. That is going to be the presentation that I'm sharing you now, and inside there are basically 10 tips that you should be following for you to be able to connect with your audience on Facebook and start selling to them. So let's jump right into it. Like I said, I want to teach you guys the art of how to sell without selling on Facebook. And I don't really like to use the word selling. I just use it because you guys know what I'm talking about when I say that. So the reason I don't really like it is when I hear the word sell, it is just such a big turn off to me. The word sell is like, oh, someone's gonna put something to me and force me to buy something that I don't want. However, I want you to think about it with the word service instead. Service is all about the customer and creating value for the customer and helping the customer. So when you have these two words, change your language and start calling it service, because you are here to do something good for your customer. You're here to solve a problem for them. You're here to add value to their life. And it is just so much better. Every single word associated with the word service just feels so much better. The best example I can give you is when you go into a market and you get bombarded by people who are just selling random shit at you that you don't want. So you are so uncomfortable that you walk away and out of the stall. Versus when you go into the Apple store and you walk in and people ask you, how can I help you? And then you tell them, oh, I have a booking at the Genius Bar, which is built just to help you solve your problem, right? It's a completely different environment when you walk into the Apple store and you love their stuff and you love how much they help you, versus when someone is trying to sell you something. Yet, how much money does Apple make, right? Apple makes so much money because they put their customers first and they want to make you happy. So that's what I want to focus on here today, is when it comes to trying to sell things on Facebook to your audience, you're trying to serve people. That's what it is that you're doing. And like I said, your goal is not to close a sale, but to start a conversation with somebody and see how you can provide value or service to them. Remember, Facebook's goal is, it is a business. It is trying to make money, and it makes money with advertising. It is also a social platform to keep people engaged on their platform. So if the content you're putting out isn't doing that, they won't help you at all. Okay, so the strategy that I want to share with you right now is how you can land your first client by just being so helpful, by being a complete expert and really positioning yourself as the go-to person that they should come to for help. And eventually we want to be able to move this audience off of Facebook, because otherwise it's not yours. You can't really do much with it if you were to lose your Facebook account. So we want to move off of Facebook. There are 10 tips that I want to share today. The first one is you want to build trust and authority. And you want to build authority in a way without being a dick. Because if you're always going to brag about how good you are, people aren't going to like you. In order for you to close your first sale, you need to be able to position yourself as an expert. And if you don't talk about what you're good at, and if you don't prove to people that you're good at things, why would people come to you? So the best way to do this is with the idea of a humble brag. You want to just put yourself in front of people and talk about how good you are without saying how good you are. So for example, this is what I did the other week. I signed a 20K client and I broke the news on my Facebook really simply. I essentially made it sound like I signed her by accident. And so many people loved this, so many people engaged with this content, and all I was trying to do was prove I'm so good at what I do that I get clients by accident. So humble brag, guys, remember that. And number 2 is knowing your audience. You need to make sure that you understand who your ideal audience is so that you can talk about the things that they care about and get their attention. If you're not talking about the things that they care about, and if you're not using the words that they use in their vocabulary, they won't even notice your post. So it's very important that you capture their attention. So the best way to do this is to think about what are the top 10 things that your audience is always thinking about, and then talk about those things. For example, pregnant women, they're always worried about, am I gonna get back in shape after my child is born? Am I gonna be able to sleep at night, right? So like talk about those things in your posts, and then that's how you captivate their attention. The other thing to think about is what is their biggest fears and concerns? What keeps them up at night so that they're like, I need to fix this problem. I will happily pay someone to fix this problem just so that I don't have to worry about it. You want to start thinking like this. And then talk about how you can solve these problems and the results that you create. And talk about this in all the posts that you put on Facebook. And like I said, do it in a really subtle way and create a storyline. Otherwise, people don't really engage with that type of content and it doesn't get promoted by the Facebook algorithm. And number 3 is sharing testimonials and results. This goes back to building your brand authority and positioning yourself as an expert. If you don't prove to people that you are good at what you do, they won't buy into that, especially when you're new. People want to see that you are good at what you do. The one thing I want to say here is make sure that this is all going through your personal Facebook account and not your business page. These tools and strategies work so much better on your personal page because people already know you and trust you. So people can creep your profile and see if you're lying or not. So it's a really good way to leverage your own network to find clients. And then you'll start getting a ripple effect as people start sharing you as you get bigger and bigger. So back to this point here, when it comes to sharing testimonials and results, don't just brag about yourself. It is so much cooler when you brag about your clients and how much they win, right? So it's basically like your clients' wins are your wins. If your clients are doing well, it's because you're helping them. So talk about how proud you are of your clients and how well they're doing, and not just how good you are. Otherwise, you're a bit of a dick. So for example, right here, Sunny Lenarduzzi, who is like YouTube queen, she does this very well. Sunny teaches people how to build their business using YouTube, and she's so good at it. And in her Facebook post right here, she's talking about the title she has here is, oh, what are people scared of? They think that they need a big audience to make money, and she's proving you that it's not true. And then she's inviting you to work with her to help you solve that problem. And then she shares a testimonial from one of her clients about how much they're winning because of joining her program. So here she's showing how good she is by sharing the win of one of her clients, and it works very, very well. Fourth thing you can do is talk about your mission. Give people a why behind what you are doing. Nobody cares about what you are doing, they care about why you are doing it, right? And because remember, people are here on Facebook to build connections. So when you talk about your purpose and your mission and your why, people really relate to that storyline, and it pulls on their heartstrings and they relate to you so much better. So work on building those connections and inspiring people. The results that you get is so much better than when you just ask people to buy from you. Number 5, add call to actions to every single post. And the reason I say this is because it programs your audience to say yes to you when you are ready to offer them something, even especially paid offers. And remember, a call to action is basically a takeaway or something for them to do after they've read their post. So it kind of like ties the post together, and you're telling the audience what it is that you want them to take away from this post. For example, it could be something as simple as, let me know what your biggest money block is, or leave a comment below, or book a call, subscribe to my YouTube. It is like you're guiding the conversation that you had with them during that post to a conclusion. And like I said, add a call to action always, because it programs your audience to remember you and to say yes to you. You don't always have to offer something that's paid. Offer free things and they'll be more than happy for that. Number 6 is don't be afraid to try different posts. I realized that my audience doesn't really resonate with videos. They actually prefer written posts so much more. So I started posting like vulnerability posts and long form posts with pictures, and my engagement has gone up a lot more. For example, you can see here, I had 10 people like the video, but I had over 100 people like the picture. So experiment, because you won't get it right on the first time, and you need to really do this a lot to understand what your audience is engaging with. And for example here, you actually don't know who you're gonna end up resonating with. Like honestly, I had a girl that I knew from like high school reach out to me. We haven't spoken in 10 years, and she told me how my posts have been like resonating with her and how it's been inspiring her. And this is the stuff that happens when you start testing and when you start realizing what people like to hear, and when you have the right messaging on your Facebook. And remember guys, all these tools that I'm sharing with you right now are to help you build your authority and to position yourself at the top. And also it is leveraging the fact that you are on Facebook to build a connection. No one wants to buy from you on day one. They want to buy from you if they trust you and they know that you are good at what you do, and if they have a reason to connect with you. So give them a reason to connect with you with the way that you show up on your Facebook and the way that you communicate with other people. This brings me to the next point. Reply to every comment. Don't just put something up there and hope people engage but then never reply, because if you never reply and you don't continue that conversation, they're not going to leave a comment in the future. And Facebook likes engagement, and they will promote your post if there's a lot of engagement. So keep up the engagement so more people engage. I literally reply back to every single comment that I get to show people that I saw it and that I appreciate them. Number 8, afterwards, slide into their DMs. Everybody that comments on your post or likes the stuff that you have, send them a message and acknowledge the fact that you appreciate them. For example, my friend Brenda here said, "I officially have been Charlotteized. I can't stop reading your posts. They're relevant, revolutionary, and real." So I sent her a message telling her how much I appreciated that. And people love when you do this. People love when you engage with them. It takes you a few minutes to do it, but it makes their day. And I personally love to build one-on-one relationships, so that's why I do it. And it works so much better because it builds trust, it builds a relationship, and you nurture your customer that way. Number 9 is make adjustments and updates. Like I said, don't be afraid to try things. And this is the WWW method, which is what was working and what wasn't working. As you keep on posting, you're gonna realize what people like and what they don't like. So do more of what they like and do less of what they don't like. And look out for trends, because that will really tell you what is working. And remember, you are here not to create content, but to create value. Give them valuable information. Give them things that they can connect to and that they like, and they'll keep engaging with you. And then from there, as you engage and you nurture them, you can eventually offer them something and ask them to work with you. Here is an example of something I was testing. I was putting up a post for a handout that I had, a worksheet that I had, and I had very little engagement when it looked like an ad. Probably also had to do with the fact that Facebook didn't promote it. But then when I changed it to a picture and a story, and I included the link at the bottom of the post, I got way more engagement. I ended up signing about 30 people onto that email list because of the fact that I adapted and I changed the post. It's essentially the same end goal where I have people redirecting to a landing page, but the way I presented the information was different and I got a lot more engagement. And here is an example of one of my vulnerability posts. I shared something that people don't know about me, and I introduced my why behind what I am doing. The fact that I've been told my entire life that I can't do things, and I don't believe that. I believe I can do whatever it is that I want as long as I work hard and I put my mind to it. And I want to inspire other people to be able to do that same thing. This post got so much engagement because people were connecting to that story when they felt that they were told they couldn't do something. So don't be afraid to be vulnerable and share your stories, because people actually enjoy hearing those. People like to connect with real people, and no one is perfect. So if you're trying to position yourself as perfect on your social media, people don't buy that anymore because it's not true. Finally, the last thing, or one of the most common mistakes that people are doing, is the fact that they don't understand their target audience and what they want. They are literally just putting confusing things out there. They're not speaking the right language and they don't know why things aren't working. Well, it's because you didn't do your research. And be consistent and do the same thing again and again. Don't just keep pivoting and changing your messaging all the time. Also, the other thing is knowing when is the right time for you to ask people if they need your services. Don't just post for 2 or 3 days and expect people to trust you and want to buy from you. That's not true. You need to do this for a while. Unless you are already established in your industry, you cannot do that. People don't trust you. You look scammy. So know when is the right time to ask and offer your services. That's it, guys. Really quick video. I just wanted to go over those so you know what to do. It's super simple. That's it. Like, that's really all I can say here is you need to just go and put up posts, see what people say and learn from them. Retry and do something else in the future. Like, that's all I've been doing here is I've been testing and seeing what is working and then doing more of what is working. Don't be afraid to make mistakes because you're always going to learn from them, and it's going to take time, guys. It doesn't happen overnight. I need to stress that. Like, have realistic expectations for yourself and don't be so hard on yourself. Other than that, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you thought that this was very helpful, please share it with somebody. Don't forget to click that like button and please subscribe. I would love to see your support. So see you guys in the next video.
I love you like la la.